Hello and welcome to the Brotherhood of Geeks. I am Brett J. Rasmussen, and I'm here to watch the Xbox Game Showcase of 2025. Now, I know it has been a long time. This came out during Summer Game Fest back in June. I got sick, and I wasn't able to watch that. But the reason why I still want to go ahead and watch this, I haven't seen anything from this other than other stuff related to the news. So anything that was shown here, if it's related to news, I may have been spoiled on it. But I do still want to document my reactions to this showcase because there has been a lot of things that have been happening to the Xbox brand in the recent months since this has happened, like the layoffs that happened right around the time the showcase happened, the closing of studios, and also the price increase of the hardware because of the tariffs and everything. So I want to document just kind of what this showcase is, what I think about it, and then after that, I want to kind of use the showcase as a jumping point to kind of give my thoughts about where the Xbox brand is today. So with that being said, let's begin. Okay. Invasion of Arcadia, day 1. Oh, day 1027.
Care that the colony is in disarray. We didn't come to Arcadia to get bogged down in pointless warfare. We came to spread freedom and liberate resources for profit. But this pesky Earth Directorate agent is mucking things up. They're not alone in doing so. And they think they can just choose how things play out. They could stop us from stealing the Protectorate's brainwashing technology, which we need to improve our market share. What if this stranger aligned with the Order and that world computer of theirs? That could be the key to closing the rifts that threaten the colonies. So, you see why this menace must be wiped from the face of existence. Or, better yet, brought to our side through the power of capitalism. Now, let's get out there and buy our way to victory!
I'm yearning and yearning for you.
So I believe this is Outer Worlds 2 because part of the showcase is all a deep dive into Outer Worlds 2.
Every last bit of my way, every last bit that I'm paid, every last bit that I save is intended for you. The cost may be high. One day, I know you'll be mine.
The universe needs a hero.
Someday, perhaps I'll own two. For now, I'll take one that's brand new. 'Cause I'm yearning and burning for you.
Excuse me. So October 29th is when this comes out, Outer Worlds 2.
Made for capitalism by capitalism. Inflate our impressions and egos by staying tuned after the showcase.
Yep, so the first half is just like last year. The first half is just a bunch of games that come out, and then the second half is a deep dive into Outer Worlds 2, that's what opened.
What's wrong?
I'm sorry. I've just been so depressed lately.
You know, it would fix everything. Humanzapro.
Oh! Yeah, this is, I believe this is High on Life 2.
Yeah, humans are barely sentient. Scientists have done studies, and their brains are like half the size of ours.
Yep, High on Life 2.
World premiere.
What is this? Okay. Resonance? A Plague Tale Legacy? Okay. Oh, I think I know what this is. Yep. It's the Xbox branded Rog Ally. It's pretty much a Rog Ally, but it's branded Xbox. Yup. I have my opinions on this. Yep, and there's two models. The Ally X and the Ally, which the Ally is white and the X is
At Xbox,
black.
we strive to put the player first. And that's what you've seen from us over the years. We've led the industry with backward compatibility. We championed crossplay and cross-progression. We deliver Game Pass, first on console, then on PC, and with cloud gaming. So what's next? How can we give you even more freedom, more choice, more ways to play? Our next step is to unify your gaming no matter where you buy or play. So we're building an Xbox experience designed for players, not locked to a single store or tied to one device. The Xbox Ally is an Xbox you can hold in your hands, bringing together the power of Xbox and the freedom of Windows. On this Xbox, you can play games across your entire library, including all the Windows PC game stores, from Xbox and Battle.net.
I mean, I understand
Steam, GOG,
why
Ubisoft Connect.
this
And
is happening,
Hollow Knight Silksong
because
will be
they're
available
pushing
at
Game
home
Pass.
and in Game Pass
They
when Ally
are
releases
very
later
much
this year.
pushing the whole
In fact,
everything's an
every game you see in
Xbox.
today's show
The
will be
the
playable
PC
on
is an Xbox,
Ally.
PS5 is an Xbox.
We have
all
always
your
wanted
phone
you to
is an
have a unique
Xbox.
experience with Xbox
So-
on any screen. That's why we're investing in Xbox Play Anywhere. Whether you're playing
Yeah.
on console, PC,
Which
smart
they've
TV,
been
or any
this has been
Windows handheld
implemented
like
for
the new
years
Xbox
now,
Ally, the
but
Xbox
now they're
experience
really
grows
digging
with your
into
library, progression,
this
friends, and
initiative.
There are
Since
over
they have lost the
1,000
console
Xbox
war
Play Anywhere games
from back
on
in during the
Xbox
PS4,
today.
Xbox One
And
era.
every new game you see in today's show, from our partners and our studios, is Xbox Play Anywhere. And because it's Xbox, you can
But
always
I
have access to Game Pass.
can
with a
see
diverse
that
lineup of games,
because
from the biggest franchises to critically acclaimed indie hits.
60 to 70%, and I'm just guessing, but definitely over 50% of
Any game,
gamers
anywhere.
play
And we are
digital
giving it our
games,
all every day
not
to
physical.
Make this vision real.
So
But it all comes back to the games. From Dead to Rights on the original Xbox to Armored Core 6, our relationship with Bandai Namco Entertainment has stood the test of time. We both believe in bringing amazing experiences to players around the world, and their next game does exactly that. From Rebel Wolves Studio, this is a story-rich action RPG steeped in dark fantasy that I can't wait for you to explore. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the show.
okay.
Monsters have always been here, watching from the shadows. And when we were at our weakest, they came out into the light. We feared for our lives, but we should have feared for our souls instead. The vampires didn't come to kill us. No, they came to rule. To turn us into mindless, docile cattle. Not me, though. They tried to change me into one of them. I
Jeez.
became something else instead. Their worst nightmare. A Dawnwalker. Trapped between the two worlds. Fighting to even the score. Fighting to understand the evil behind it all. He is out there watching, seeping into you, growing.
Okay, so it comes out next year. And again, you keep seeing, there's the PS5, there's the PlayStation, comes to Steam, comes to PlayStation. Looks cool.
World premiere.
What? So, a 3D version of, oh god, what is the name? It's like, what is it, like, my brain thinks Mr. Meatball, but it's not right. Can't think of it. This is it. Super Meat Boy. There it is. So Super Meat Boy 3D. Interesting. What is this?
Yakumo. You're a wanted criminal now.
I'll kill the Dark Dragon myself. It's my
From
mission.
Platinum.
My duty as a Raven Ninja.
Breaking the Dark Dragon free has its consequences.
Wait, is this Code Vein 2? Cause I'm like trying to think, like, well, Platinum, and I believe Platinum is working on the sequel to Code Vein 2. Oh no! Oh no! No! I'm wrong! I am absolutely wrong! Nope! This is Ninja Gaiden! Yes, Ninja Gaiden 4, yes! I forgot that Platinum was working on that, yes! Yeah, Indiana Jones, that was a great game! That's a great game!
Good luck, Indy.
What are you doing, Jones? Are you crazy?
This is where it starts. Beneath the streets of Rome. Enter the city of Antioch. Find a secret relic. Bring it back to the Holy See. Defend the secret. They worshipped the giants.
Yes, it's the DLC. Yes. Yes, yes. Indiana Jones is a great game. I would definitely, I already downloaded that DLC. I forgot it came out. But oh man, Indiana Jones is so good. It's so good.
遥か昔、この国に輪廻の獣が現れた。輪廻の獣は汚れを吐き、あらゆる生物を蝕んだ。
From Game Freak? This is from Game Freak?
西暦4026年、人類は滅亡を待つのみ。
Beast of Reincarnation.
風字をエマ、お前こそが輪廻の獣を滅ぼす刃となる。
And it comes out next year. Made by Game Freak? That's crazy!
The glittering streets of Avalon sure do shine. Because they swoop their filth down to us.
Get your paper in! Who's for a paper?
1895, The Tangle.
Here's to playing in the mud.
Is this what I think it
Life
is?
ain't for the soft-hearted.
You will be paying me back until you fucking rust.
It ain't for the spineless.
Keep your filthy pickers off me!
And it sure as shite ain't for the decent.
That's a clean sweep for one of
There has been a crime! Justice itself has been affronted! I have been burgled!
Lord Griswick. Yes, I got that part. Do you know anyone who might wish you ill? We can't arrest and question everyone. Let's see if we can narrow the suspects down a bit.
They were,
Trust your instincts, sir.
tall,
Yes, sir.
built rather slim, well, muscular. Mm-hmm. Was very quick, agile.
Go on.
With a mustache. No, larger.
I see.
Quite fashionable. That's the fiend who robbed me.
They got my good side this time. Breaking in is the easy part.
Your brandy, sir.
Getting away with it is the real trick.
These candlesticks ain't gold. Worthless and dull, just like you. Nah, I have a customer. How can I help you?
I'd rather talk to you, Errol. Sounds like I'll get a better deal.
You talk to me first, and him never. Got it?
Uncle's a bit touchy, ain't he, Errol?
Touchy? I say I'm touchy! There. Anything else you'd care to say to Errol? Brains. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I wouldn't have believed it.
Round here, it's all sharp edges, empty pockets, and blood on the cobbles. Goodbye, Silas.
No, no! I'll hurt you, you fucking meatsack! I'll leave you with a pissing bed of peaches!
You'd either got a gang at your back, or a knife in it.
We're family here. Family takes care of its own.
Can't put a price on that, can you?
Them's in charge. They don't keep order. They keep power.
Take this thing into the crucible and melt it.
They just want us beaten, broken, and too scared to fight back.
I don't want to kill him!
That's why it pays to be clever and well-armed. Let's go and end a few arguments. Don't get cocky. They've got a weapon far worse. Time. And if they can rewrite history, they can rewrite us. But look who just found Mummy's keys. Now I can fiddle with time. Put the bullet back in the barrel. Bring the chaos to a crawl. Take a mistake and make it like it never happened.
Dude, this game looks nuts!
We can change the world as we know it. One choice at a time. And I can even go back and change the past to change the future. And let me tell ya, the hunters don't like it when the rabbits got the gun.
Change the past. Control the future. Clockwork Revolution.
Now let's
okay.
Piss off.
That looked really cool.
Our creative teams are dedicated to bringing players award-winning, record-breaking, critically acclaimed games. Call of Duty, Black Ops 6 from Activision, Doom, The Dark Ages from Bethesda, Diablo 4, Vessel of Hatred from Blizzard, and Avowed from Xbox Game Studios. All of our teams across Xbox First Party are shipping their most played games ever, and they're also delivering more content than ever before. From original single-player experiences to vast online worlds, our teams are empowered to build the games they've always dreamed of. We want our players to have the choice and flexibility of where and how they play the games our teams make. So of course, our games will be available day one in Game Pass, and every new game we make for both Xbox consoles and PC will be Xbox Play Anywhere.
And PlayStation.
Teams,
no, I'm kidding. I don't know.
These experiences don't stop when you put down the controller. As you've seen in recent years, more and more of our characters, stories, and worlds are expanding to brand new audiences through TV and film. A Minecraft movie and the Fallout TV series broke records and brought millions of players into the game.
Yep, the Fallout TV show.
As gaming continues to
the movie surprisingly did very well.
When it comes to growing new franchises, Obsidian is having a year like no other. From launching a blockbuster new game like Avowed to the upcoming release of The Outer Worlds 2 this October. Obsidian is always delivering great games, and they have a third game launching this year. You'll get to go deeper on it in our Direct, but until then, let's take a look.
World premiere.
I told you, you can't run from me, you foul beast! With new flexible legs, the yoke girth action figure can ride anything!
Breaking news. There's been an explosion at Brook Hollow Park. Chaos descended on a ceremony commemorating the 2-year anniversary of when 4 teenagers were miniaturized against their will and left to fight for their survival in the backyard of a deranged scientist. Formerly evil company Ominent Practical Technologies was set to dedicate a statue of the 4 teenagers, fast food science robot Burgle, and Dr. Tully when an explosion erupted. Dr. Tully and the teenagers' current whereabouts are also unknown.
You gotta keep them separate.
Oh, is this Grounded 2? I believe this is Grounded 2. Yep. Grounded 2. Yep.
The predecessor, ND3500, reached. Accessing predecessor's travel log. Attempting data salvage.
This is from Bloober Team.
An unprecedented orphan. It was in a state of suppressed recomposition.
The behavior pattern of the orphans populating the area is highly unusual. They become exceptionally aggressive.
It is highly recommended to proceed with caution.
Oh, God. Ah, yes! Cronos New Dawn!
Consistently. In coordination.
Yeah, this game is weird. This game is weird.
Such is our calling. Such is our calling.
Yes. Oh, ESO Online. Okay. Again, ESO is a great MMO. Very good. Oh, okay. Seasons of the Worm Cult. Okay.
World premiere.
Mayday! Mayday! Code 1 to mission control! We're falling! Thomas, the ship's breaking apart! There's no time! Evacuate! Now! Thomas, come in!
Ariane, you sacrificed everything for a new world, to save mankind. And I'll always love you for that.
Oh yeah, this is a Don't Nod game. What? I'm trying to remember. Ooh, sorry. Ah. Jesus, I am so sorry. There we go. Come on now. There we go.
Thomas, wherever you are,
Aphelion.
I'll find you.
Excuse me. Well, I guess you're dead now. Oh, a gaming collaboration with the ESA. Okay, okay. Well, I enjoy Donut's games. I enjoy those, so I'm down.
World premiere.
Welcome to England, Mr. David. I know this must be a shock, having never met your real father, but he left you this hotel in his will. It's been in your family for generations, much like the caretaker. He's a little eccentric. You'll see.
Let me welcome you to the Grand, a hotel famous across the land. Every room used to be in such high demand. Your wish I'll command here at the Grand.
Well, hello there. It looks like you're about to do some renovations. Would you like some help with that?
So, my father was renovating the hotel when he disappeared?
Not just the hotel. He was helping the entire village. You have his power tools. You know, you could pick up where he left off. You seem like a good man, like he was.
I'm in. They don't suspect a thing.
Just make sure the locals don't get wind of what you're really up to. Because if they find out, they will wicker man your ass.
You keep looking into things.
Oh, God.
Looking back. Don't make the same mistake your father made. In this place, the only one you can really trust is me.
There are no ghosts at the Grand. Huh. Okay. Interesting game. Interesting.
There are as many gods in the world as there are stars in the heavens. And when we need their help, they send us a hero. Who would have guessed the defender of my homeland would be my daughter?
She unlocked the heavenly spear, but is she worthy?
Age of Mythology Retold. Heavenly Spear.
Heavenly Spear.
Okay.
주권 국가의 자주적 결정을 누가 허락하는가?
So this is in-game footage. Okay.
패권 국가의 특정 정치 집단에 이익을 줘야 한다면 당신의 특정 행동이 대중의 의사결정에 영향을 미칠 수 있으며 반대로 누군가는 당신의 의사결정에 영향을 주려 한다는 것을 인지할 때 자신만의 온전한 입장을 세울 수 있지 않을까. 당신의 입장은 온전한 본인의 판단인가? 그렇게 믿고 있거나 믿고 싶을 뿐. 당신은 무엇 때문에 분노하는가? 당신의 분노는 스스로 결정한 것인가? 누군가 당신의 분노를 이용한다.
Oh God.
지정태. 지정태.
Mudang Two Hearts. Okay.
World premiere.
E ora Olaiem lo ite fativi. Novo. Dilo? Te kemaite mana. Muite onanite waiora. Dia. Novo tua libemo iwalotaname. Ona otalima di efema. Teonami. Toma tua calio, terali.
Okay. Yep, the Odyssey continues. I'm trying to remember what this is. It's a sequel to a game. Planet of Lana 2. Okay. I don't think I've ever played that one, so... Interesting, like an interesting side-scroller. Very artsy, I like that. Fallout 76. Oh, okay, so more Fallout?
Well, hello there. Beautiful day to relax by the old fishing hole, wouldn't you say? When it comes to fishing, Appalachia is a land aswim with opportunity.
Yes, you'll find fish of all flavors in every walk of waterway, from its mightiest of rivers to its humblest of ponds. Just step up to the bank, cast your line, and when your bobber starts bobbing, reel in the rewards.
What do you got on there, Jed?
Worms!
And how are they biting today?
See for yourself.
Bagging the big fish starts with finding the right tools for the job. There are as many unique combinations of rods, reels, bobbers, and baits as there are fish in the sea. And when you've caught your fill, pop over to the local tackle shop to swap fish tails.
Can you smell that? No matter what troubles plague
Yeah, let me go ahead and eat irradiated fish.
you can always find comfort in cozy little joys like this. You just gotta know where to look. Vault Life is your ticket to easy living. Design and build your own little slice of paradise. A place to show off all the bits and bobs you collect in your travels. Got a green thumb? Plant your own peaceful vegetable garden. And nothing warms the heart like a neighborhood cookout.
Ah, community makes a wasteland a waste home. Join today, and tomorrow you'll be kicking back and sharing a meal with friends in beautiful Appalachia.
Yeah, I was like, ugh. Does not want no part of that. Could be fun DLC. Could be fun. Solo leveling Arise. Yeah, okay, so this is based off of the anime. Okay.
World premiere.
Oh, this is Pal World, I believe. Or maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. Yeah, this is, yeah, I'm like, this has to be Pal World. This has to be. Well, this is something else entirely, but I'm like, I can't think of what this could be. Oh no, I'm completely wrong. It's what, Animo? Or, okay, cool. Something that doesn't look like Power World, and it's just another Pokemon ripoff.
Hey,
cool.
What's up, everyone? It's Tony Hawk Pro Skater. I just want to say thanks to everyone for all the love and support we've seen since we announced Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 a few months ago.
Great game.
These games have
Great
changed
game.
my life. But more than that, I've seen them help spread a love and appreciation for skating all over the world. And that means everything to me and the team. I can't wait for you all to experience the game. It's been rebuilt with
Please
so
give
much
me
care and
Underground.
detail.
Give me
With
an
some
Underground
great parts,
remaster.
New music, new skaters, and more. And you can enjoy it all.
And also get Darby Allin from AEW into that
Tony Hawk's
game.
Pro Skater 3 and 4 officially drops July 11th, and we have a lot more surprises to come. Check out the launch trailer now.
Yeah, the game already came out. It's great. Tony Hawk Pro Skater. I'm so glad they brought back 3 and 4. I do have my problems with, like, why is it not open world like it was before, but whatever. Like, dude, Tony Hawk Pro Skater is so dang good. All I want, though, is just give me Darby Allin from All Elite Wrestling in this, because Darby Allin is buddies with Tony Hawk. Yep. Great game. It's such a great game. So good.
World premiere.
Oh, from the creators of Spiritfarer. Okay. Okay. At Fate's End. That looks interesting. That looks fun. Spiritfarer is a great game. So, made by the same guys. That's great. Oh, yeah.
decided to show up.
Yep.
You think you can still find your way back home, Phoenix?
Looks like they upgraded. Nausea, baby! Let's do this.
This is gonna be awesome.
Yep, Gears of War Reloaded. The first Gears game is now on PlayStation. I remember. Oh man, that's crazy.
World premiere.
Oh, is this? Oh, okay, so it's Persona 4 Revival. Okay. So it's a remaster of that. That's cool.
The Smugglers League is always there. But you won't see us. You won't hear
Oh, this is more Sea of Thieves.
And the only way you'd ever know it is if that's what we wanted. As smugglers, we deal in the goods others are afraid to handle. Guns, explosives.
And don't forget the rum.
It's a life of danger like no other. So I guess my question is, can you handle that?
Getting your hands on gold is one thing, but you should know that this is what we're really after. The bigger the boom, the better. Smugglers need to be adaptable. It's more than moving under moonlight and shadows. You should be ready to take advantage of others' misfortune. Stealing, of course, is always an option. Just do whatever it takes to get the job done. You are pirates, after all.
Welcome, my friends, to the Smugglers League. You're paying for that.
World premiere.
World effing premiere. Okay.
Hope you're not in a hurry because northbound is backed up all the way to 18th Street, and the southbound ain't looking much better.
This is ridiculous. Please, come on.
Are you one of them? You're here, but if you're
Oh, this is from Skybound? Oh, it's Invincible.
Not even close.
Dude's getting his shit kicked in.
you'd understand why I had to do this. Accept our rule or die.
I'd like to propose a third option.
I'm not your son anymore. I'm the guy who's going to throw you off this planet for good. I'm
Invincible.
I trusted you.
Oh! An Invincible fighting game? Okay.
This is over. All right, coming through.
Let's do this.
Gotcha. Going up. Need a hand? Might want to look up.
I'm up. See how you like this? It's an army.
I am ending you. I see it all now.
Okay. The wait is almost over. Oh yeah, Final Fantasy VII is coming to freaking Xbox. Yeah. Yep.
I'm here to even the odds. Any objections?
Know your place, little lamb. There's no one to save you now.
Oh, is it 15 also? I believe it's... Oh, it's 16. I'm not... Sorry, 16. 16.
The flames are around, and they burn as one.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Valisthea cannot endure a second claim upon her being, but she may yet be saved by you.
World premiere.
Ooh, Double Fine. I've been looking forward to seeing what Double Fine is doing. So you're controlling what? Like a big old lighthouse? Oh. Okay.
Games like Psychonauts 2 showed how Double Fine excels at creating unique and innovative experiences, and Keeper is no exception. Looking ahead, next year marks 25 years of Xbox. It's a big milestone for the platform and franchises that you helped build and make popular. We couldn't have done this without everyone who's been with us on this journey. As we think about bringing a new generation of players to these iconic franchises, I'm excited to share that players will get to celebrate 25 years of Xbox with a new Fable, the next Forza, Gears of War E-Day, and the return of a classic that's been with us since the beginning. Today, you've seen an incredible range of games from creators across the globe. Creators like In Exile, reaching for new heights with Clockwork Revolution. Sluggerfly, making Team Meat's modern classic platformer into 3D. Square Enix, bringing more of the critically acclaimed Final Fantasy franchise to our players. And Team Ninja, returning to the beloved series they debuted on Xbox. You've also seen the next Xbox hardware release, our Xbox Ally handheld, which lets you bring your Xbox experience and your library with you anywhere. I hope you enjoyed the breadth and depth of the games, updates, and experiences that are coming to Xbox from our partners and our own creative teams. We're seeing more players on our platform and in our games than ever, thanks to all of you. We're proud of the creativity that Obsidian is delivering this year. Immediately after Showcase, our Direct begins, where you'll go inside the studio for an extended look at The Outer Worlds 2 and Grounded 2. Thanks for joining us today. But before we get into the Direct, we have a final world premiere. Enjoy.
Okay, this is your main event.
World premiere.
Welcome to the Guild. We have been expecting you. Please, follow me. You already know us as a global tech leader. Our software, our systems, combined with our skilled team, is designed to save lives. Your years of service have shown you the importance of our work. Here, you'll witness the global scope of that mission in action. Let me introduce you to our esteemed visionary.
For too long, we have been bound by outdated systems, accepting limitations instead of redefining them. The Guild is safeguarding tomorrow, now. We are pioneering the future of protection worldwide. Our advancements are designed to elevate everyday life, reshaping the future of technology on a global scale. I'm Emma Kagan, CEO of the Guild.
Fear is a powerful thing. David Mason. monsters.
Oh yeah, that's your Call of Duty trailer. Oh yeah. I forgot. This is what we're doing for Call of Duty. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. I mean, I get it because you own Activision now, might as well.
Welcome to Obsidian Entertainment. We here at the studio have joked around that this has been the year of Obsidian, with Avowed releasing early this year and now ending the year with 2 more games. And what better way to cap this incredible year for us than by doing what our studio does best, sequels.
That's where I come in. You can get out of here, Fergus. Thank you so
What?
much. You're doing great. You nailed it. The sequel is the lifeblood of every great franchise. Think about it. The original creates the world and builds fandom, but the sequel, that's what makes it worth remembering. No sequel, no hoverboard. No sequel, no dual SMGs. No sequel, no raccoon tail. No sequel, no Zune 2. Which doesn't really exist, but I wish it
doesn't exist, but I was bad. I do agree.
There was a Zune 2. I'm Mark, the head of sequels here at Obsidian, and I have sequelized everything.
Oh,
Blockbuster
freaking
movies to AAA video games to my first marriage, so trust me.
To my first
I know what I'm
marriage.
doing.
Oh,
Come on, let's journey
God.
with me. Part 2.
Part 2.
Let the killing commence.
Freaking Ben Schwartz. Freaking Ben Schwartz. I love it. I love it.
The Outer Worlds 2 is a sequel to The Outer Worlds 1. It's a continuation of the themes of robber barons in space and how people are controlled by the stories they're told by the people who have power over them. This time we're able to go a lot deeper because we have more time and money, which is a great thing, and we're able to make it a much more true Obsidian reactive RPG than we were the first time around. So we're going deeper and more complex with everything for this sequel. Deeper story, lore, RPG interactions, reactivity, all the things we've been known for as a company. It's really a complete realization of everything people want from an
I
Obsidian
mean, like,
game.
Avowed is
Surprisingly,
fine.
This is the first time in over
Avowed is not
25 years
bad.
that I've had the chance to do a full sequel for a world that I helped co-create. It's really just a fantastic opportunity to explore and expand the universe in interesting ways, and to go even further with the themes of how people are affected by living in a dystopian corporate reality.
You can shoot your way through it, you can talk your way through it, you can sneak your way through it. And so no matter what kind of playstyle that you like, this is just an awesome franchise and an awesome game to jump into, even if it's your first one.
The first Outer Worlds was a great base to start from, as it has all the elements of a great Obsidian RPG. Interesting characters, deep worlds, important choices. In the Outer Worlds 2, not only did we want to double down on those elements, but we wanted to give players even more of it.
We've also put a lot of investment into skills and traits that impact things like combat, conversations, and areas that we call RPG interactions, which are the part of the world where players can use their specific skills, perks, and backgrounds to solve problems in unique ways in our new, bigger worlds.
I love a deep RPG experience, and building out that RPG crunchiness for our players was at the forefront of what we set out to create. We prioritize those deeper RPG options with different character builds and combos so players can express their role-playing power fantasies. We also have different equipment options for different playstyles and different companions with different abilities. In the first Outer Worlds, you start off as the Stranger, which was basically a blank slate to build on top of with various attribute points that would begin to define your personal experience in the game. You can make any kind of character you want, but we've given you a role. That role is an Earth Directorate agent. You can think of them as kind of like space cowboys or space sky marshals. They're the good guys that go into places and kind of fix everything that's wrong. You're gonna be one of those. But we don't tell you why you joined the Earth Directorate. There could have been a lot of different reasons, right? It could have been because you're an actual lawbringer and you want to go in there and spread law throughout the galaxy. It could be that you're a roustabout and you just had nothing better to do. After you pick your background, one of the really important choices you have next is choosing your traits. While we had attributes in the first Outer Worlds, we've leaned into traits for the Outer Worlds too, which are these big changes to your character depending on which ones you pick. So it could be something like Brilliant, where you can tag extra skills and you start getting extra skill points. And that's obviously really great if that's how you want to build your character. You can also go and do something like Lucky, where you get extra critical chance, and you also get a lot of really cool options throughout the game as well. Of course, we brought back Dumb, so players love the Dumb option.
Tell me, do you believe in signs? Not quite what I meant, but I like your contempt for boundaries. I could put your adventure spirit to good use.
And you get like lots of really cool, fun conversation options in the game, but we took that even further. And again, there's lots of elements in the game where you can be dumb and use that for something. Could be something as simple as banging on a machine to get it to work. After you've invested in some of your traits, your next choices are going to be choosing your skills. The skills themselves basically allow you to build on your playstyle and what your character is doing in the game. That will be everything from playing stealthily to speccing for an explosive specialty.
Okay.
Throughout your entire journey, your character continues to change with the different choices you make. In the Outer Worlds 1, actually had more skills than we have, so we condensed them down to really the core and essence of what we really wanted there. But we made each point that you put into a skill much more impactful. So instead of getting small percentage changes, we actually did much larger changes per point that you put into each skill. And again, all these things, because of how they're checked inside the world itself, can matter quite a bit. You know, just even having one additional skill point in something can open up a lot more options in the world itself. If anybody's played Fallout New Vegas, they'll be very familiar with like the perk system. We basically borrowed that.
That's good, because New Vegas is fun.
More perks than Fallout New Vegas did. But here's the cool thing, right? We check and use perks for literally everything, right? So you can do everything from, hey, I want to make a stealthy build that steals stuff and is really good at that. Okay, great. Well, you can take maybe the pickpocketing perk. So that's not available to everybody, but if you select that, now you can actually go around and steal things out of people's pockets.
I like that. I like that.
There's another perk called heavy-handed, right? Where say you're a melee person, what this does is now your power attacks that you use actually knock people down.
Oh man, I really like the serial killer perk. As you start killing people, they will drop hearts. And you can take those hearts, and essentially you're taking these trophies, you could say, and it's actually giving you a permanent health bonus every time you do it. We have this perk called Assassin. Now, this is an early game perk that you can take, which every time you stealth attack an enemy, you're actually going to get a movement bonus for a certain amount of time.
Jeez.
Flaws were a system that everybody loved from the first game, but we wanted to make it more personal to the player. We wanted it to really reflect how you were playing the game and give you a bonus that you actually wanted to really engage with.
With the flaw system returning, we knew we needed to go bigger, better, and more real than ever before. So, we turned to the team. And I told them, no bad ideas. Give me what you got.
No bad ideas.
Okay, we need more flaws. We need them to be real. I want to put them in the game, so give me something. Inspiration. What's wrong with you?
Oh,
what's wrong with you?
I have bad knees.
You got bad knees? They hurt when you walk a lot?
Yes.
When you walk too much, they hurt?
No cartilage.
Sounds boring. Makes you sound like a boring person, but it's in the game.
I know it.
It's a good flaw. What about you?
I like to take small things sometimes.
So you're stealing?
No, I'm taking.
When do you give them back?
I don't.
Claire? Yeah, you shouldn't be stealing. What are you doing? You shouldn't be stealing, Claire.
Tiny crimes.
Tiny crimes? Do you hear the second part, though? It's a crime.
Well,
You're stealing.
Do you hear the
Well,
second
you
part?
can't
It's a
steal
crime.
Things, okay? But it's an amazing flaw, and I'm putting it in the game. But you're a bad person.
You kleptomaniac! God, Jesus.
Yeah, give it back.
Okay.
Please. You, what do we got? Flaw.
I like to stare at the sun.
I like to stare at the sun.
Just lunch break.
An hour?
For an hour?
I only get 30.
Oh, God.
You guys get an hour?
Yeah, an hour.
Oh, my God.
Makes me feel energized.
How many fingers am I holding up?
3?
No. Anything else?
No.
We'll put it in the game. We'll put it in the game because I feel bad for you.
We're going to put it in the game because I feel bad for you.
Is something called
Jesus
bad
Christ.
news. Will actually give you the option to take this flaw that'll make it so that you move faster throughout the game. But the problem is, anytime you stand up, your knees are going to make a loud popping noise that makes it so that, well, everyone around you is going to hear you.
That's terrible.
Kleptomaniac. This is really interesting because what it does is when you steal something, you can actually sell it for more bits than normal. And like that sounds really great. The drawback is sometimes when you're looking at things in the world that are owned by somebody else, you'll automatically steal them. So you have to be very careful about how you use them.
One of our more wacky perks is the Sun Gazer Flaw, and it just gives everyone cataracts while playing their game. So everything becomes like light shafts and blooms and hazes, and makes the game pretty unplayable if you happen to choose that perk.
If you want.
If you happen to be the type of player
Jesus.
that usually reloads your weapons like I do, well, you'll be offered the flaw of over-prepared. Now, you'll get larger magazine sizes on all of your weapons, but if you ever fully empty your magazine, you're gonna take a debuff for a while. While we support options like being a gunslinger who wants to key into destructive weapons, or a rogue who wants to alpha strike their enemies before they know what hit them, we also allow for a lot of fun and experimental builds. You
Oh,
hear
wow.
about scientists who utilizes gadgets and wacky science weapons and armors, or even a psychopath who gains permanent bonuses to health by murdering their friends.
Nothing shows the impact of these character build options better than, in my opinion, the bridge area, which has a quest you get early on in Paradise Island.
All right, so are we going to, I'm guessing we're going to be seeing some gameplay now.
Not only do you kind of encounter this very early, and it's a very core one to the story, but it really expresses our philosophy of allowing the player to solve problems in a bunch of ways. So you may solve it by, speech options. You may talk to them and maybe have to go do a quest for them and really kind of prove that you're a friend of the Protectorate to get by.
I may have need of your help, stranger, if you are ready to seize an opportunity to show fealty to the Protectorate.
You could go guns blazing and you could just take everyone out inside the POI, lower the bridge itself, and kind of get across. You could sneak in, lower the bridge, and then actually sneak in under the bridge to get over to the other side. You can bypass the bridge entirely if you found like certain gadgets, like the shield gadget that protects you from poison gas as you go across, or the double jump boots, which kind of allow you to jump across the chasm and get across that way. There's even a really kind of messed up way, right? Which is players can actually sacrifice one of their companions. The companion who they just found is part of.
We're no different than the Breeze if we start tossing our own to the rats. I sure as law ain't gonna follow someone who can't see the wrong in it.
I must admit I'm surprised we could come to an understanding. But I thank you for your loyalty, stranger. As promised, you shall have clearance to cross this bridge.
It's such a fun quest, but again, it really showcases that we want you to be able to solve this in whatever way you want to. When you build your character your way, we're there for you. We really want you to have the experience that you want to have out of this.
Okay.
From the very beginning of our discussions about the Outer Worlds, we really knew we wanted every game to take place in a different colony. This lets us expand on all aspects of the universe. Every colony can be its own thing with its own flavor, and we can center them around anything we want. Any ideas or setting we're interested in. Arcadia is an isolated colony with abundant resources, and it's run by an authoritarian faction called the Protectorate. Their dictatorship is thematically based around the question of how much freedom people will give up for security and luxury. For Protectorate subjects, unfortunately, that answer is everything. The Protectorate is also incredibly wealthy because it was founded by the inventor of the skip drives, which are the outer world's faster-than-light engines. But those skip drives are starting to cause rifts in space-time, which are cutting off all the other colonies on Earth from being able to trade with each other. The Order of the Ascendant is an offshoot of the Order of Scientific Inquiry from the original game, and like them are a science-based religion with the same goal of solving the universal equation, which will allow them to predict and alter the future to the benefit of all mankind. They used to be part of the Protectorate, but they split off to focus on solving the equation for the good of everyone, not as a way to simply control the masses. The player's been sent to Arcadia as an Earth Directorate agent to find out how the skip drives are causing the rifts and what can be done to stop them. Each of the factions have their own solutions to the rift problem and their own goals. The Protectorate wants to close them to protect their legacy as the inventor of the drives and their wealth. The Order wants to close them not only for the good of everyone, but also because they're complicating the math they're using to solve the universal equation. And Antes just wants to be able to open and close them at will to control all the trade routes between the colonies. In addition to expanding the themes and lore of the Outer Worlds, we're also expanding the humor, so each faction has its own flavor of absurdity. Anti's Choice is a merger between Anti-Cleo and Spacer's Choice from the original game, and there are corporate representatives in the Outer Worlds too. They've invaded Arcadia to liberate their resources for all of humanity, at a profit, of course.
One of my favorite things from Fallout New Vegas is the radio system. It was just iconic for me, and I wanted to make sure that the Outer Worlds 2 had that. So we actually built out 3 different radio stations, one for each of the major factions. You also have a ton of music. Each station might have, like, I think 20 tracks of unique music that we've made for it. It's a lot of stuff. But the really cool part about this entire thing is that we actually put a lot of reactivity into the radio. So it will respond to the things that are going on around the world that you've been interacting with. So if you go into a location, let's say you solve a problem for the Protectorate folks, if you listen to the Protectorate radio station, they're going to be cheering you on as a hero.
Wonderful news, everyone. The Zeranium gas leaks at the Automech repair facility, strongly believed to be caused by Anti's Choice malefactors, have been corrected.
So that's a cool flavoring into the game. I like that.
Now, I'm not saying we caused it in the first place, but we sure like the idea of all those broken auto mechanicals and all the excessive gasping and choking involved.
The factions and companions are great examples of how we're going deeper and more complex this time around. They're integrated into the game's storyline much more than we did on the first Outer Worlds, and like with everything else in the game, they have a lot more reactivity. There are 6 companions in the Outer Worlds too. As usual, each has their own quest lines, but this time they are also connected to a different faction and have character arcs that the player can affect through their choices. Your first companion is Niles. He's another Earth Directorate agent like you, and he's looking for your help to decide whether he wants to become an even better agent or to turn his back on the Earth Directorate completely. There's also a somewhat cute Automech support drone that is basically Niles' helper. Her name is Val. Marisol is part of the Order of the Ascendant, and she's an aging but still deadly assassin. That's right, she's a deadly mathematician who may or may not have some unfinished business to attend to with the player's help.
Oh, great.
There's also a cultist named Azza, who is part of a sub-faction that worships the rifts, and in her case, violence in general. You can choose to either turn her away from overt violence or support her chaotic and dangerous tendencies. At one time, Anti's Choice had a program to graft soldiers with animal parts to make them more formidable. Unfortunately, it didn't quite work, and most of them are now dead. There's a combat medic who survived, however, named Inez, and she wants the player to help her fix her graft, among other things. Finally, there's Tristan. He's a Protectorate arbiter who is judge, jury, and executioner all rolled into one heavily armored package. It is your choice to either help him judge wrongdoers or show him what true justice looks like.
We definitely have reactivity in the game based on how you've been treating your companions. I won't reveal the end of the game, but let's say if you've not been treating them well, you will find out at the end of the game what that means.
Wow.
Companions are a very, very important part of merchandising, because that's
merchandising.
We're talking merch, baby. It is the lifeblood. It is what fuels us. Do you want to see some of my ideas? Hop, hop. Check this out.
Oh my God!
Gen Alpha loves body pillows, especially
Gen
Alpha
loves body pillows,
reason, right? Who needs a significant other when you could have a knife-wielding space psycho up in your sheets, huh?
Oh my
God.
God.
Get him, huh? Maybe a little napping, maybe a little snuggling, maybe a little nut.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
The visuals of the first Outer Worlds depicted a frontier colony in space. The Outer Worlds 2 is driven by an invasion of the Arcadia colony system by Anti's choice, which shifts the visuals to be more reminiscent of a World War I-like setting in space. That evolution is seen across all aspects of the game, starting with the factions. How do you militarize everything, including extreme capitalists or math-crazed scientists? In a World War I setting, war comes with propaganda. The Sovereign uses it to maintain control. Anti's choice uses it to help their bottom line. The Order just wants to show how it exists within the grand plan. We want players to feel like Arcadia is a living, breathing place scarred by a long-standing war. Fairfield, one of the first towns you encounter, was once under Protectorate control, but has recently been taken over by Anti's choice. They don't just occupy the town, they rebrand it with their signature style, repainting buildings, posting guards, and adding propaganda-based holograms featuring Anti and the Moon Man. Showing the towns evolving after the invasion helps us push immersion for our players. One of our priorities in visually realizing the world of the Outer Worlds 2 was making sure everything is clear and recognizable from the player standpoint. We want to make sure each faction has a particular look and design. So when the player is running across these vast, different environments and landscapes, they're recognizing the motifs and visuals of who they're talking to, what they're going to be talking about, and how that progresses throughout the story. The first Outer Worlds was really about player interfacing with corporations. And while we have that in the Outer Worlds 2, we really want to express not just the corporations, but how the player interacts with other facets of the world, like government entities or religious structures. And then we elaborate on those.
With larger environments, we wanted to encourage exploration by improving player mobility across the board. Now you can run, slide, double jump, mantle, and parkour your way through all of the nooks and crannies of these worlds. It really allows the player to just explore and have fun finding really cool stuff.
Okay, all right.
We've aimed to make everything in the Outer Worlds 2 better from top to bottom. The RPG elements were the start, but that's touched our story, our art, and especially our gameplay. A good sequel is true to the original.
Pillars of Eternity, Pillars of Eternity
right?
2.
Like, you don't want to add in a bunch of things as you're making a sequel, right? We want to make it bigger and better in every way. That's what we were trying to do here. And I thought we did not need this consultant. We've made enough sequels. We understand how to do this. And I will say, I don't think it's been entirely successful.
I am very proud of the combat improvements we have made in the Outer Worlds 2, thanks to my patented combat system. You may be thinking to yourself, it can't be that good. Shush, what are you even talking about? You haven't seen it yet. Watch this. Put a helmet on, because I'm about to blow all of your minds with my
COMBAT system.
Combat system. My name is Mark. I'm the head of sequels. Shall we begin?
Oh, God.
What's C for? C. Capitalize the fact that the people loved the first game. We're going to take those people, we're going to make them buy the sequel.
We're going to make them buy.
Quick ones.
We're going to make them buy the sequel.
What comes after C?
O.
Optimize for player satisfaction. I am terrified of online gamers. Okay,
I'm terrified of online gamers.
Okay.
Oh God, that's funny.
Mobilize the players so they're ready for that sweet
pre-order.
Sweet. You don't have rhythm, brain. Just
sweet pre-order.
Everybody has a different rhythm, and it's blowing mine.
Pre-order.
B. Burglarize. What is
Burglarize.
Finding new ways to loot dead bodies. You know what I mean?
What?
Okay, well, it's a big part of the game. A, you got to agonize. How many people are going to be angry that we have just put so much combat into this thing and almost no romance at all? We should look at ourselves. What is wrong with us?
What is wrong with us?
We can't have one love story in this?
No love
stories? How many people have been in love? Raise your hands. Raise your hand.
Raise your hands if you've been in love.
Okay, are you lying?
Are you lying?
Wife. Put your hand down.
Shut up. Put your hand down. You're lying.
T. Trois. In French, that means two.
I think that means 3.
Okay, you're getting ahead of yourself.
No, you're getting ahead of yourself.
Hold on, 2.
No, I think it'd be 3.
Anything is possible. And we've established that we're the best there is, and there's no sequel better than us.
Oh my
And if I
God.
can say one more thing, thank you very much. I know I've kind of changed the world of video games today.
For the Outer Worlds 2,
Shut
we wanted
up.
to improve gameplay in every way. We focused on improving the feel of each weapon, the way a weapon snaps into ADS, the way recoil feels when firing, and how impactful our sound effects really sell the weapon's fantasy, to things like how a unique reload animation can add a lot of character to each weapon. We've increased the variety of weapons by including new weapon types, but also through a host of fun and unique weaponry. We have things like the Bourse Blaster that fires out tumors that can explode like grenades, or can even be eaten by the player for additional health. We have a weapon called Rookie's Reward that will actually level up the more you use it throughout the game. And every time it levels up, it's got fun fanfare where it's like shooting out confetti and it's got a fun little setup. We have a really fun weapon called the Pop-Up Gun. It fires out ad drones that will distract your enemies with corporate ads, slogans, and jingles. While your enemies are distracted, you can focus fire on them or explode these drones for additional damage. New to The Outer Worlds 2 are throwables. So you can use frag grenades to flush out enemies, smoke grenades to camouflage and escape, distraction devices to bait enemies into a stealth attack, and even science grenades that will levitate enemies, allowing you to fire upon them while they float helplessly. And of course, science weapons are back. We have returning favorites, like the Shrink Ray. This time it's been upgraded so you can shrink your enemy down to the size of a sprat and run over them, exploding them into bits.
The Shrink Ray, that was probably my favorite one from the first game, so we brought it into the second game, but we improved it though. So instead of shrinking your enemies for a short period of time and having them re-expand, this time they stay shrunk, and we actually added in the ability to step on them and kind of squish them and kick them, because we knew that that was the player fantasy. We knew that's what everybody wanted to do. They wanted to step on the enemies, they wanted to kick them, so we made sure to double down on that stuff.
In addition to things like our returning favorites, we also have some really fun and unique new science weapons. One of them is called the Armageddon. This one's really cool because it actually shoots out these masses that are like these little arms that will stick to people or cover or all kinds of different things, and they will continue to just hit them until they get destroyed. And we have another one that's just super cool called the Spectrum Dance Saber. This is a melee weapon that actually lets you attack to a musical beat. And if you continue to do that, you'll actually get additional bonuses each hit you do. One of my personal favorite weapons is called the Big Bang. It's just a big freaking gun that uses material harvested from rifts to shoot out a giant ball of energy, vaporizing everything in its path. Now, ammo's extremely rare for this weapon, but you can use it in just the right situation to devastating effects.
Like another great one is Gary. If you wear Gary, he will lash out at your opponents as you're walking through combat. So we even have science armors, and we've really kind of shown off what we thought was really great for the player from a science perspective.
We're all about letting people play the game their way. There are some players who prefer to be immersed in a first-person view, taking in all of the details. But there are others who really prefer to take the world in from a third-person perspective. Why not allow both? Well, now you can swap between the two, letting you enjoy the experience in whatever way you like.
I like that.
One of the things I really like.
That's really good. I like that.
Third-person mode is being able to see all of the fun and unique armors and armor combinations and weapons that you can equip your player with. All of the actions that you could do in first person, so you're double jumping around, you get to see your character in that way, and you get to take in the world and see things in a different light.
The Outer Worlds 2 is really the biggest game we've ever made. Bigger choices, more reactivity, more weapons, more things to find in each of the worlds the players can visit. The team has done incredible work bringing The Outer Worlds 2 to life. And we can't wait for you to play it.
Even though we've always been a multi-project studio, this is going to be the first time we've ever released 3 games in 1 year. It feels amazing. We're so excited for more people to be playing
Grounded
games.
2.
It is truly an exciting time here at Obsidian. We're exploring worlds big and small while expanding on franchises that we've created, and we have no plans to slow down. We hope you all continue to come along with us as we do what we do best, make your worlds your way.
right, Outer Worlds 2.
With the Outer Worlds 2, we're all about the best place to play, which is also the promise of Xbox. You can play the Outer Worlds 2 on this Xbox, but it may be hard to play it when you're staring at all these beautiful holes. Let's cut that. You can play the Outer Worlds 2 on this Xbox. Oh yeah, now that's Microsoft. Or you can take a phone call on this Xbox, then play the Outer Worlds 2 right after. Excuse me, I'm getting a call. Hello? What am I doing? I'm playing the Outer Worlds. Hello? Yeah, this is Mark. I didn't know I had jury duty today. You can play the Outer Worlds 2 on this Xbox, but it takes 2 people to lug around safely. We're gonna go up to my apartment, okay? And this is an Xbox you actually
Oh my
wear
God.
that also plays the Outer Worlds 2. What do you think, Claire?
This is amazing.
Are you playing?
I think so.
Fantastic. So now this is actually not an Xbox, so you cannot play the Outer Worlds 2 on it. Can't play anything on this. I guess Bread. You ever play Bread where you take it out of one slot, put it in the other? I don't have friends.
I don't have
Pre-order
friends.
the premium edition now.
Oh, my-
You'll get early access, which is like a prequel to the sequel, or is launch the sequel to the pre-order.
What are you talking about?
Live at any time. It doesn't matter. Either way, my job here is done. It's time for the Grounded 2 portion of the Direct, which is sort of like the sequel to the Outer Worlds 2 portion of the Direct, which I absolutely just hit a home run with. You know, it's really nice to see my influence go on to other games. Take it away, team. And big exit.
God dang it.
We're so proud of Grounded. What started as a small passion project to make a quirky game where you're shrunk down to the size of an ant, trying to survive in a backyard, grew into something way bigger than we ever imagined. Over 25 million of you jumped in, explored, built, crafted, and fought off giant bugs together. Y'all helped make the entire experience very special to us. The team's been cooking up a ton for Grounded 2, and we're so excited to talk about it. I had to grease some palms to steal a bit of time from the Direct to give you a deeper look. There were so many possibilities and ideas that didn't make it into the first game, so with the sequel, we have the chance to dream bigger. To achieve those dreams, we partnered with the amazing folks at Eidos Montreal. Together, we're taking Grounded from the backyard to an even larger world, the Brook Hollow Community Park.
When we started working on Grounded 2, we knew that we wanted to make a bigger world. Fortunately for us, Eidos Montreal became our main partner on developing Grounded 2. They have a lot of similarities to the sorts of things that are important to us at Obsidian. They tend to make very narratively strong games. They make games with really deep characters and great character progression. They make games with great gameplay.
Everyone at Eidos Montreal is thrilled and honored to be working with Obsidian Entertainment. Our two studios share a lot of DNA. The same things that are important to Obsidian Entertainment are important to us. Choice and consequences, player communities, and doing justice to great IPs and great franchises. The fact that we're the first partners that they're working with to make a sequel to their franchise feels like we're an important part of their history.
The events of Grounded 2 take place 2 years after the first game. The same 4 teenagers are returning.
So there's Max, Hoops, Willow,
and Pete.
They're a couple years older, which means they've gone through a bit more high school, a bit more mature. It's 1992. The world's a little bit different, but we're still in that fun, nostalgic era of the early 1990s. In Grounded 2, we're moving the action out of the backyard and into the Brook Hollow Community Park. Not only is it bigger, it allows us to tell a lot more stories and expand the world of Grounded by exploring what the community of Brook Hollow has been up to and what they've been through.
The park overall is about 3 times the size of the backyard, and our initial starting area is actually the same size as the entire backyard from the first Grounded.
Oh, wow.
The reason we wanted to move into a park wasn't just to create a bigger world, but was to give us the opportunity to explore the community of Brook Hollow and what secret have they been hiding.
What we love and what we're excited about in terms of the park is the opportunity to create environments and landmarks that are mundane at normal size, but are colossal wonders when you're the size of an ant. Everything from a giant trash can to a community picnic table or a snack bar. All of these areas come to life in a brand new way.
Part of the fun in Grounded 2 is that the park was evacuated really quickly right before our teens were shrunk. And that means that the park has been sort of turned upside down and is in a topsy-turvy state. And that leads to really fun environmental storytelling, but it also leads into the creation of amazing biomes for our characters to explore. One of my favorite examples of this is the ice cream cart. In all of the commotion, the ice cream vendor's cart has been knocked over and its contents have spilled out into the ground. And what this means for our young adventurers is that they'll be able to explore this frozen cave of interesting challenges and colorful Lovecraftian horror.
We have one anthill that's actually somebody decided to bury a bunch of toxic stuff in the park. And so there's all these toxic chemicals under the ground. The environment looks very cool and very spooky with all of these sort of chemical pools. And of course, nothing can live down there except for one type of insect, the cockroach. We are oftentimes reinventing environments, and in future updates, you're going to see a ton of new stuff. You do a lot of fighting against insects of all shapes and sizes. We didn't just want it to look better, we also knew we wanted to add a new layer of strategy. The changes that we've made aren't limited to tuning animations or adjusting attack or defense numbers or making characters or insects move faster or slower. But we did all that too, but there's also an entire sort of rock, paper, scissors strategy involving light attacks, heavy attacks, and blocking. We've also added dashing as a new way to both get out of danger quickly or jump in for a quick attack. And almost all the insects in the game will have these abilities now too. Sort of like a chess match, but one that's super frenetic, looks super cool, and is ultimately just a ton of fun. We're leaning into clear play styles for tanky warriors, low defense, high damage rogues, effect-wielding mages, and ranged hunters. In the first Grounded, we had mutations, and there were weapons and armors that favored different playstyles. In Grounded 2, not only will there be passive mutations, but there will also be active mutations. And a lot of those mutations support these archetypes.
My favorite way to play pretty much any game is chasing after those game-breaking builds. And that's why I'm so excited for what we're doing with archetypes in Grounded 2. I'm all in on the rogue. Now, you can even dual-wield daggers. I've been dialing in this glass cannon build that stacks ambush, assassin, and cardiofan mutations with the wolfbane daggers and the wolf spider armor. It lets me open up combat with massive backstab damage that also inflicts venom. Then, I can use the extra stamina to reposition and try to dodge, rinse, and repeat. It's high risk, high reward, and absolute chaos in all the best way. I'm looking forward to seeing what wild combos the community comes up with and what they inevitably break once they get their hands on the archetype system. It's going to be awesome watching it evolve with player feedback and watching us try to keep up with all of your game-breaking builds.
One of the great things about Grounded is the variety of players it attracts, from builders to crafters and everything in between. If you've ever watched me on Casually Grounded livestream, you'd know that I'm neither. I am a murderer of insects. Personally, I prefer the term harvester. I love going out, hitting things, and bringing the materials like insect body parts back to my friend Thieves. This way, we keep progressing and playing together.
We're also trying to make sure that armor and equipment are easily understood by the player, especially when they're playing co-op with their friends. It was really, really important for us to deliver on all of that for the bigger space and experience, because that was the only way we could truly support the feature the community has been asking for since the very first Grounded release. Mounts. Our mounts, we call them buggies, have an entire suite of moves and have their own special abilities and attacks.
We really wanted the buggies to be an extension of the player in every way possible. And that meant making sure that buggies had unique and valuable abilities across all the core pillars of Grounded.
Yes.
That doesn't just mean exploration and travel. That has gameplay implications for combat, crafting, and building as well. Just like how we wanted to expand on player playstyles throughout the game, we're going to make sure that every buggy that we add has its own personality.
The Red Ant Soldier can enlist up to 2 Red Ant workers to follow you around and help you out. If you get into combat and you don't want to fight while you're saddled on your buggy, you can jump off and they'll fight right alongside you and provide support. The Orb Weaver buggies are a little less useful when it comes to general utility, like building a base or harvesting, but they're awesome when it comes to combat. Sure, their defenses aren't super strong, but they're heavy hitters. They're also super fast, and they have some great special abilities, like a scream that allows them to stun lesser-powered insects, and the ability to shoot webs and entangle other creatures. So the Orb Weavers won't be your base-building buggy. You should use the Red Ant Soldier for that. But they're super fun for exploration and combat. Red Ant Soldiers and Orb Weaver Spiders will be available at game preview launch. There will be others in the future, but those are the 2 we're starting with. The connection that our Grounded community has with us is something we want to keep forging with the sequel as we make an even bigger game than the original.
Pretty much from day one, we knew we wanted to return to game preview for Grounded 2. Sure, it comes with some trade-offs, like the game's not done and it's out to the world, but there's so much value in building it alongside the community. Buggies change how you traverse and navigate the park. What we're doing with Grounded 2 is we're actually keeping zip lines held back so we can see how players engage with buggies, and then we can tweak zip lines to bring them back over time to really complement that buggy experience and make exploring the park far more fun. That kind of feedback loop helped shape the original Grounded, and we wanted to shape the design for Brook Hollow Park, archetypes, buggies, all of it. We also learned a lot from that first time around. One thing that stood out immediately, players blaze through our content, especially the story. That makes sense. Story, characters, world building, that's kind of Obsidian's thing. It's the flavor we bring to the survival genre. So this time, we're starting with a much bigger baseline.
There's been an explosion at Brook Hollow Park. Chaos descended on a ceremony commemorating the 2-year anniversary of when 4 teenagers were miniaturized against their will.
One of our favorite parts of the first game was watching the community uncover clues and spin up theories. This time around, we're leaning even more into that, and we'll be keeping a close eye on what our players discover and how they interpret it. Because you never know what might inspire us as development moves forward.
We really started to hit our groove at the end of Grounded 1. We found that being open about what we were planning and then following through was key to building trust with the community.
Yeah.
As a small team, we had to experiment with update pacing.
That's kind of obvious.
And what we found resonated the most with all of you were bigger, beefier updates, even if it took us a little longer to land. So that's the plan. Larger, more complete updates spaced out just enough so we can take your feedback seriously and make every drop count. You can expect in our big updates, new buggies, new biomes, new building pieces, all the good stuff. And we're launching with a public roadmap so everyone knows what to be excited about in the future.
All of us at Obsidian Entertainment and IDOS Montreal are super excited about how close we are to letting all of you players get shrunk a second time and explore the all-new park on buggies in Grounded 2. If you're a returning Grounded player, we're really looking forward to you experiencing all the improvements. If this is your first time getting tiny, then all I can tell you is that a world with an entirely new perspective and an entirely new feel awaits you in Brook Hollow Park. It's time to ride together and survive together.
Grounded 2, which is already out now. You can already play it. Yep. So there we go. Yep. And then this is the little end of it.
This is where it starts. We can change the world as we know it. Can you handle that? Let's do this.
I'm in.
I'm here to even the odds. Any objections?
Here's to playing in the mud. And when we need their help, they send us a hero.
Here we go.
Please, follow me. Well, hello there. It looks like you're about to do some renovations.
Keep your filthy pickers off me! You think I care?
This is gonna be awesome.
Mayday! Mayday! Hold one to mission control, we're falling!
Had enough yet? Form up! It's game time, baby!
All right. So I'm just going to take this direct in a vacuum and just look at it just itself without any outside news or anything like that. I just want to go ahead and just look at this direct inside of a vacuum, outside of anything else. What do I think of this direct inside of a vacuum? It was not bad. It was okay. It was fine. I mean, you got the Indiana Jones DLC, you got Ninja Gaiden 4. You announced the Rog Ally, which I will discuss in a little bit. You have DLC coming out for some of your IPs, and then you had your direct for Outer Worlds 2 and Grounded, which that has kind of become part of Xbox's showcase during Summer Game Fest, which is fine. That kind of gives them their own kind of flavor, makes them different from the State of Plays and the Nintendo Directs and stuff like that. One of the things that I have a problem with when it comes to the Xbox brand is that other than Gears of War and Forza and Halo, the identity of Xbox feels amalgamous. I don't know, there is such a thing as oh yeah, this feels like this would be on Xbox. Like Helldivers 2 coming to Xbox, which was on PlayStation. That feels more like an Xbox game. It's more multiplayer focused. But it's on PlayStation. Again, it's doing great on PlayStation. Now it's on Xbox. But for instance, the Keeper, Double Fine. Double Fine is a studio where I'm Xbox bought you? I would feel that's more of a PlayStation branded studio. But that's a good thing because they need more single player games. But the problem that I have with Xbox, and this is going to go into more of what I will be discussing in a little bit, is that Xbox, I feel there is a branding problem with Xbox, because when I look over at PlayStation, I can go, that is absolutely a PlayStation game. Ghost of Yotei, even some of the second party, it makes sense that the Final Fantasy VII games have gotten exclusivity on PlayStation. It makes sense. where like Xbox needs to figure out what it wants to be. And I don't think this whole Xbox is everywhere, everything is an Xbox is the best way to go about it. Because then you're a jack of all trades, master of none. And I want good things from Xbox, because if you have a competing Xbox brand, then you have a competing PlayStation brand along with the competing Nintendo brand. Now, let me talk about the layoffs. The Xbox layoffs that happened pretty much in July, like right around, like it just, this direct comes out, and then we get all of these layoffs. And the thing is, when we, back then, like I was watching the direct and I was going like, where is Everwild? And then I saw the story here. There's a reason why Everwild from Rare wasn't there, is because Microsoft has laid off tons. I think it's like almost 2,000 people from within Microsoft. Like, it coincides with their financial year on June 30th, which is pretty much 3% of it. I have said this for a very long time. I discussed this with my friends, and I believe I've said this here on the Brotherhood of Geeks. Xbox buying Activision was the worst thing to happen to Xbox. I understand why they did. They thought, as Microsoft, they thought that they could compete by just buying up all the brands. And the thing is, when we saw from the leaks of like the FCC when they were like wanting to buy Activision, from like all of that, we saw that it wasn't just Activision. They wanted to buy every studio. Microsoft. They wanted to buy Sega. They wanted to buy Square Enix. They wanted to buy any and every studio they could. And so they chose to buy Activision, pretty much the biggest third-party publisher out there. Because you got Call of Duty, you got King, which is Candy Crush. You have, and then Blizzard is part of that, which is more for the PC. Like, I understand why they did that, but that was a bad move. When I was thinking about it way back when they did buy it, I was going like, you're monopolizing the video game industry and all of that. But what has happened in actuality is that they pretty much got the Eye of Sauron from Microsoft, not even like onto them. So now, because the Xbox has bought Activision, they can't keep the same, like, they can't double jobs with it. So now, they laid off, like, according to Bloomberg, Microsoft King Mobile Gaming Division laid off 200 people, about 10% of their workforce in Barcelona, Spain. And then what's crazy about it is that they closed down multiple studios. So with the layoffs and closures of studios back in July, they went and pretty much cut a bunch. They did cuts over at Raven, which Raven Studios is actually in Madison, in my home state, Madison, Wisconsin. And they cut a bunch of people from him, and really, Raven is now just a supporter to Call of Duty. Where in the past, like Ravensoft, they were part of the original Tony Hawk games. They did a lot back in the day, but now they're just the support team to Call of Duty. So they cut a bunch of people there. Turn 10 Studios, which was the guys behind Forza Motorsport, they got a bunch of cuts. A report said that nearly 50% of the staff was let go, which is crazy. Now, I guess I can kind of understand that, because I do know that Forza Horizon is the more popular brand than Forza Motorsport, because Forza Motorsport is more like car porn. It's just like fancy cars. Like, it is a car simulator, which is Forza Motorsport, where Forza Horizon is like an arcade racing game. Regardless, though, that doesn't change the fact that you cut 50% of their staff. That is ridiculous. with Rare, this is stupid. This is ridiculous. Rare has now just become the Sea of Thieves studio. I don't even know if Rare is ever going to make another game. They haven't made another game since Sea of Thieves. And they they laid off a bunch of people and they killed Everwild, which that game has been in development for years. And they killed that game. And even so, I believe there was an interview either earlier this year or last year where I apologize. With Phil Spencer. I'm blanking on names. Phil Spencer had an interview about what Rare is doing. He's like, oh man, I'm really looking forward. The game that I'm most looking forward to playing is Everwild. And then they killed it, which is stupid. This was made by ZeniMax, who was doing ESO. Just like Rare, who is now just the Sea of Thieves studio, ZeniMax Online Studios is now just the ESO studio. Apparently from reports is that people have been able to play the game or build alpha builds of it, and it looked really good. But because it was in development for too long, Microsoft chose to kill it and just go, hey, ZeniMax, you're just going to be doing ESO forever. Cool. Great. Where is your new IPs? Where is your new stuff? That is ridiculous. This one right here is the worst of them. This is the worst of them. On top of everything from last year when you got Tango Gameworks, which did Hi-Fi Rush, which was the best game, one of the best games that came internally from Xbox last year, along with killing Arcane, the other Arcane studio that did Redfall. And mind you, Redfall was a freaking mess. But honestly, that was on management, not on Arcane. And then, of course, they went ahead and laid off a bunch of people and had some studios sucked into others. But this year, from these layoffs, this is the worst one. The studio, the Initiative, which was an in-house, made in-house, a studio made in-house by Xbox, called the Initiative. They were supposed to be the quadruple A studio, which whatever, but they showed up and were like, we're doing Perfect Dark. This is an Xbox IP from the 360 days, and we're going to bring back Perfect Dark. I remember that gameplay trailer, I believe from last year, and it looked awesome. I was like, oh my God, I cannot wait to play this. And even though with these alpha builds that you see at Summer Game Fest or E3, they're scripted and plotted out. Even so, I remember, again, my favorite E3, I will never forget, is E3 2016, and the opening to the PlayStation showcase from there was Barlog playing God of War 2018, which back in 2016. So that opening, and you saw Kratos, and it was just amazing. The Initiative, who has never made a game. This was the game they were working on. They never produced anything, so you can't even go ahead and be like, oh, maybe we should keep them around. Maybe we should do that. No, Microsoft killed them. Closed down the studio of the Initiative and killed Perfect Dark. That is the stupidest thing. I don't know what Xbox is doing over there. I don't understand it. I don't get why you cannot get a game out to land. You have Hellblade 2, which was in development for years, and it finally comes out, and it looks amazing, but it comes out to middling reviews. And that's because it's more of a playable movie. Now, mind you, I enjoy me some playable movies. I love me some, the Telltale game, the Telltale Walking Dead and Tales from the Borderlands and stuff like that. But, you spent all the time to work on how beautiful the graphics are. And the gameplay is middling, and the story is okay. You have Song of Midnight, which made by Compulsion. Looks cool, plays fine, but this comes down to a problem that is I feel that is Microsoft doesn't, not only do they not know what they're doing, Game Pass for customers, for us, is awesome. Netflix for video games. You drop, now I think it's like 10, now it's I think $15-20 for Ultimate. Jesus God. But anyway, it's Netflix for video games. You can go ahead and play any video game you want, and any of the new games, Gears of War E-Day, and all of the ones that they were announced from this showcase and in the future and everything. They come out day one, and that's cool, and that's great. The problem is that how is Microsoft supposed to make money from that? That's why you are seeing Gears of War 1 on PlayStation in every game that they are making on PlayStation. Because PlayStation gamers like myself, I play everything, but I'm a PlayStation guy primarily. I will gladly drop $40 to buy the physical version of Gears of War Reloaded. I will gladly buy Indiana Jones. I will gladly buy these games that I'm looking forward to, and they need to make their money from somewhere. And we are kind of seeing that. Like, we have now Helldivers 2 going over to Xbox. But the reason this is happening is because Microsoft cannot make money. There is a ceiling with Game Pass. They cannot go over, and you're seeing this with every other streaming services. Netflix, Disney Plus, Paramount Plus, HBO Max. Like, there is a ceiling. You just don't make money infinitely. You will just hit enough people who will buy your subscription and then be there. So now that's why you're seeing prices going up and up and up. And now what's happening, unlike with movies and TV shows on Disney Plus and Netflix and HBO Max, games are different. What you're seeing, if you go and look at Achievement Hunters and you look at the amount of achievements that people who have Game Pass, they get to on there, it's only like the first 1 or 2 trophies, which is the beginning of the game. You beat the first mission. A lot of people don't finish the game. And there is a higher percentage of people finishing their games on PlayStation when you look at trophies than there is on Xbox. Now, mind you, Game Pass is great for little indie games where people don't know about it, and that's how they get their like kind of get the eyes on them. So that's Game Pass. Another thing that has happened with Xbox, and mind you, this is kind of across the board. We see this with Nintendo, and we've seen this with PlayStation now. Nintendo was during the summer, Nintendo upped the prices of all their accessories, but they kept the Switch 2 at its $450 and $500 price. The $500 one is the bundle. Now, Nintendo upped their prices to also with their systems. I think it was depending on the system. Like the Switch Lite went up $20, the original Switch went up $50 or like $30, and the OLED went up by $50. Xbox upped their prices of the original series and that. So now, if we look at the Xboxes now, this is ridiculous, and this is because of Donald Trump's tariffs. This is because of the tariffs. The companies will say because of market complications, but this is absolutely because of Donald Trump's tariffs. But if you go back to the last generation, like normally it's that the system when it comes out that's when it's the most expensive, and then as time goes by, as tech degrades and we find newer tech to get upgraded versions, the model that came out originally drops in price to make it more affordable for people who didn't jump in the beginning. That is not the case now. It is now, honestly, and I pray that in the future this doesn't become the norm, but people will spend money, and this is where we are now. But it was actually cheaper to get your Xbox, and PlayStation up their prices too, but it was cheaper to get the Xbox Series X at launch than it is now. The Xbox Series X now, compared to when it first came out, is now $650. That is $150 more than what it was when it first came out in 2020. The Xbox Series X 2 terabyte Galaxy Black Special Edition is $800. That is ridiculous. $800 for that a 2 terabyte system. This is ridiculous. And again, the Xbox Series S's, honestly, like, I even have my problems with that. The Series S's are terrible. Like, that is why, like, Microsoft is having a problem with getting their games, like, on point, because you have to, the Series X and the Series S are 2 different systems. And the Series S is lower, and I understand why they did it, because they wanted to get people in on the low end, but because the Xbox Series S is just an Xbox One that looks a little bit better, where the Series X is actually the bar. That is the upgraded version. But now, if you want a Series X, it is $650 now, compared to $500. And yes, of course, you have the Xbox X Digital, which is $600, which doesn't come with the disc drive. I don't even know if they even make disc drives for the Series X anymore. I believe the regular Series X, that the one that's $650 is the one that does come with the disc drive. But regardless, I know that that's becoming a thing, because again, they're pushing Game Pass. But these prices, and mind you, this is across the video game industry and everything else, but like, Xbox is making them, and the reason that is because no one is buying an Xbox. Who wants to buy an Xbox where I can play all of their games on PlayStation, or on PC? All of your stuff comes out day one. I can get PC that is much more that's much more powerful than a Series X, and I still get Game Pass Ultimate. I can still do that. Like, who wants to buy a console? And then, of course, if all of your exclusives are going to come to PlayStation in the future, or they come out day one, like Indiana Jones, or like Gears of War, or Outer Worlds 2, that's going to come out day to date on PlayStation. Why do I need an Xbox when I can just play it on PlayStation? And when I get PlayStation, I can also play God of War, Horizon, Ghost of Tsushima, all of that. I can still get the PlayStation exclusives that are not on other consoles, but I still can play the Xbox games. It's just, again, I don't understand this. Again, they announced the ROG Ally at this showcase. This is the price. Because now they all right, it's coming out this fall. Bam, this is the top of the line one. The ROG Ally, the ROG Xbox Ally X 7-inch FHD 120 Hz gaming handheld, AMD Ryzen AI Z2 Extreme processor with 24 gigs, which is RAM, and then 1 terabyte SSD, which is all inside of the handheld. The ROG Ally is cool, and it's Xbox branded, which is cool. The thing is that the ROG Ally has been out for a while, and this is just an Xbox branded Steam Deck. It just has a Microsoft's OS on it instead of it being a Steam Deck. And you do have, this is the top of the line version. Of course, you have the ROG Ally. Of course, this is the base model. This is the ROG Ally, the Xbox ROG Ally. This is the base model, and it's for $700. So if you want to go ahead and get an Xbox handheld and you just want it, this is the one to go with. But even $600, the original, like when the Xbox Series X came out, it was $500. It was $100 cheaper than this. Now, mind you, the reason why it's $600 is because of Donald Trump's tariffs. Or market prices, or whatever you want to call it. But like, $600 for a handheld where you can pretty much get a different ROG Ally, maybe even or another one of these PC portables, pretty much for the same price, but with higher power or whatever. This is just an Xbox branded handheld with it not being a Steam Deck. Look, I know it sounds like that I'm crapping upon Xbox. It's just that I have problems. The layoffs have been constant. And mind you, this is an industry-wide problem because during the pandemic, the video game companies got lots of money because we all had to be stuck inside of our houses, and they hired more people to make more games and for them to come out faster because we were stuck in our houses. The pandemic's over. We are now, people go outside now, unlike myself. I'm joking, but you get my drift. Now the industry has to pivot because now you don't have as many people staying inside buying and playing video games. So now, because they went over on one side, getting more people to make more games, to make more content, to make more stuff, but now because it has shifted, now they have to realign. But, and that's industry-wide, but like Microsoft laying off like 2,000 plus people, that's ridiculous. Killing Rare's game Everwild to close down the initiative, which was the only game they were working on, was Perfect Dark, and not even testing to see if it would come out and be successful. Like, what is going on over there? At least with PlayStation, you don't hear from them, and even if there's problems from leaks, if there's problems, you don't hear from them until it comes out. Or like PlayStation has learned from Concord. That was the worst release that PlayStation has ever done. And now PlayStation is figuring out how to pivot from that. And the only reason that PlayStation is doing so well this generation is because Xbox keeps stepping on rakes. They keep messing up on themselves. They keep stepping in their own landmines. That is why PlayStation is doing so well. If Xbox didn't screw up during the Xbox One era and didn't keep kind of hurting themselves, again, with the Xbox, with the Activision buyout and everything, we could be in a different timeline, but that's not the case. And PlayStation is killing it because the PS4 was the more popular system. And then even with the mess ups PlayStation has, they are still succeeding because they are figuring out how to pivot. And I would say, because of the success of the Nintendo Switch, this is where we're going. PlayStation is working on their own portable. The PlayStation Portal is a successful system. It's an accessory. It's not, you can't work on its own, but with the implementation of PlayStation Plus Premium for it to be a streaming device, and the success of the Steam Deck, and with the success of the Switch and then the Switch 2, this is kind of where we're going, I think, is people want to play on the go. People play more on their phones now. So this is where we're going. I want a successful Xbox. I want a successful Xbox so that way we can have competing brands of PlayStation and Nintendo. Because if Xbox goes and just becomes Microsoft Gaming, I don't know what happens next. And I really do not want Xbox to become Microsoft Gaming, but that's where it seems it's going. I don't know what Xbox's brand. They screwed up Halo so many times. Gears of War is not as popular as it used to be. Forza, people buy it, but it doesn't have enough power like Halo used to be like, oh, I didn't want to buy an Xbox for Forza. And some people do. I'm not saying that everyone. But I remember I bought an original Xbox because I wanted to play Halo over Kingdom Hearts and that kind of stuff back in the day. Even with the 360 for Halo 3. Microsoft has screwed up its IPs multiple times over, and I want them to do better. I want them to succeed. So I'm really hoping that Outer Worlds 2 is good. I want these new games that they have shown off. Again, Indiana Jones, very good game. I love Indiana Jones. That game is awesome. Indiana Jones is great. It's just, I need Xbox to be competing better. And I guess we'll see in the future. But that's it. So I think I've had my discussion and talked about this and ranted on far enough. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, I wanted to go ahead and watch this showcase to have it be a jumping point and have it kind of be a documentation, and also to use it as a jumping point to discuss where Xbox is right now. The showcase in a vacuum was fine, but with all the layoffs and everything happening over at Xbox, Xbox needs to get their stuff together really badly. And also the video game industry there's other problems and stuff. So this isn't just an Xbox problem, but it feels like Xbox is really messing up more than the others. And again, I want a successful Xbox. I like Xbox. I enjoy Xbox. I enjoy their exclusive IPs, and I want them to be successful, because if you have a successful Xbox, you have a successful PlayStation and a successful Nintendo. So this is not me being PlayStation fanboy or Nintendo fanboy. No, I want all of these companies to do well, because when they do well, competing brands make competitive games, which then we get to, as us, the gamers, we win. We win in the end because we get good games. And that's what I want. So guys, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and also press the like button. Also, you can follow us at all of the socials down in the description down below, and also press the bell icon. That way, whenever we put up a video, you know we put up a video. And yeah, that is everything. That is my discussion of where Xbox is today and my thoughts on the showcase. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. With all that being said, I'm Brett J. Rasmussen, and as always, live to play, play together. I'll see you guys next time.